Good afternoon, Pokésports, with another VGC Battle Stadium Series 12 video. Bringing you a NIHILEGO team. Now, NIHILEGO is actually Pokemon that I tested out myself, but I was never brave enough to bring to the Secaucus Regionals. I really needed a Yveltal counter, and there weren't a lot of rock types in the meta that really fit that role. I needed a way to deal with Yveltal, I needed a way to deal with Charizard. NIHILEGO essentially does both. But I struggled against like Rillaboom matchups or any type of physical anything matchups against the Zacian, so I decided not to opt for it. Of course, I guess I was wrong because Zac Emerzian got top 8 in Vancouver Regionals with NIHILEGO. Now, this is a standard Solgaleo, Calyrex, Bulldoze combination core with weakness policy, yes. But it's also interesting in the sense that it does include things like Spectrier and Assault-Vested Rotom Heat. So not a lot of things that you see in the meta too often. Also NIHILEGO, of course, which is the star of the show, the thumbnail of the video. So I hope to get to use it very often today, and I hope that it impresses me, at least more than when I was running it and I was testing it. Now NIHILEGO, this NIHILEGO set's actually pretty interesting. It does have Grass Knot to deal with Gastrodons, because as you can see, this team has really no great way of dealing with Gastrodons. So Zac decided to stick the Grass move on the NIHILEGO, and this is also just like a straight up dual screens Grimmsnarl with Sucker Punch and Spirit Break, so it opts for double physical moves, which is different. Also, if you guys are wondering what the Rotom is running, it's Thunderbolt, Overheat, Dark Pulse, and Volt Switch. So with the Assault Vest, can deal with opposing Calyrex Ices very well with that Dark Pulse. Now, if you guys are excited to see NIHILEGO here on the channel, you know what to do. Hit the like button down below and subscribe to Pokesports if you haven't done so already. Also, make sure to check out Zac's Twitter in the description below. He gets so many top performances, top 32s, top 64s at multiple regionals and international challenges, because I've seen his name way too many times. So make sure to give him a follow. Anyway, let's start with today's video. Okay, standard Swordfish happening today. I guess that's kind of fine considering, you know, Solgaleo can somewhat deal with this rather well. We do have to worry a little bit about our NIHILEGO though, because we do see Rillaboom and Rillaboom can actually tear it up. Good news is we do have a grass move for that Kyogre. Rotom also has the AV, but I don't think the AV is going to be able to save us from Kyogre. Spectrier could though. Spectrier, I feel like, what do you got here for Spectrier? Moon, Scald, Dazzling Gleam, and Trick. Okay, so you could trick the Specs onto somebody else. Interesting. Very interesting. I think this is definitely a screens kind of game, not gonna lie. How about this? We go screens and NIHILEGO, because at least with NIHILEGO, we can deal with their Thundurus if they do lead Thundurus. Not that well, though. Let's go Grim Finny. No, let's go Grim NIHILEGO, Solgaleo, and Calyrex in the back. I'm gonna leave the Finny behind, because Finny's nice into Rilla, but at the same time, it's bad into Rilla, because if the Rilla does catch us on a switch in, we're forced to switch out, right? And then by us being forced to switch out, we lose so much momentum that way. And it's not like our Finny can do anything back to the Rillaboom that's worthwhile. Regardless, let's see what they lead with. They lead with the Ogre and their own Grim. Not great news. Not awful news. I can only hope they're not Scarfed at this point, right? And I can only also hope that their Grim doesn't have Fake Out. I'm gonna Light Screen. And I think I'm gonna Protect. Is this too passive? I'm thinking about Light Screen, Protect, Sucker Punch, then Grass Knot. Just so I weaken the Ogre as much as possible before taking a potential hit, right? It's the taking the potential hit that I don't think I'm prepared to do. Oh. Well, I guess you can just go ahead and do that, huh? Well, it's a good thing I didn't Grass Knot, because then that wouldn't have been very effective. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure this can probably one-shot me through Protect. Well, we got one way to find out, folks. We got one way to find out. All right, regardless, let's set the screen ups here and then worry about this Ogre next turn. There's my Light Screen. We learned that we're Potentially faster than the Grimmsnarl, depending on what move they went for. Okay, we each set a Blight Screen, so we could just be a faster Grimmsnarl, which is interesting. Followed by the Max guys, they're definitely into my NIHILEGO, right? This might have to be a let NIHILEGO die kind of game. Because I don't, well, no, there's good news and there's bad news. I think here we Spirit Break the Ogre. Weaken it a little bit. We can't go for Grass Knot, so I guess we go for Meteor Beam onto the Ogre spot and hope that we can maybe get one hit off before we go down. And by Spirit Breaking, we're going to lower the Ogre a little bit more. We do outspeed, thankfully, because they didn't go for like a T-Wave or something. What do they go for? Are they just setting up dual screens here? Who cares? Let's just connect with the Meteor Beam and see how much damage we can do to Ogre. Now, I probably should have fired off this attack into Grim. That is absolutely no damage. Cool. Great Pokemon. Is that AV Ogre? I know they're in light screen, and I know Ogre is like a specially defensive beast, but that is very little damage. Like, that is a lot less damage than I anticipated. Now they Spirit Break my Grim. As long as I can live this, I'm okay. All right, good, because now I could Sucker Punch. Now I could Sucker Punch my Solgaleo, Dynamax, and maybe knock out the Ogre and take it with me. Especially, I could definitely live a hit against this Ogre now that it's -1 special attack, too. Psychic Fangs, Steel Strike, Earthquake. Yeah, I think I go into Solgaleo. Do I set up my special defense here? Do I just Steel Strike to knock out their Grim? Like, what's Grim really doing to me at this point? Nothing at all. So I guess we could just Quake into their Ogre. It raises their special defense and does a lot of damage. Let me just make sure they don't have any floaties. They have Thundurus, but I don't think they brought it. If they have Thundurus, they would have led with it. I don't think they rely on it, especially if they're planning on Dynamax and the Ogre, right? So this is decent news. We weaken the Ogre significantly, and we put ourselves in a situation where our Solgaleo is going to be taking a lot less damage from this Ogre. Especially if we outspeed. If we outspeed, then yeah, we're not going to take any damage from this Ogre. Well, probably we will take some damage because Ogre is Ogre. But, you know, a lot less damage. Why did that hurt so bad? Why does... That's the thing about Grimmsnarl that everyone forgets. Grimmsnarl has, like, ridiculously high attack when it doesn't need it. We do outspeed and we do get the Quake. Okay, so this is definitely spawning like a slow AV Ogre. Yo, this Ogre is so bulky. I don't think they set up Reflect either, so that's just like, you know, nonchalantly living a +2. Like it's nobody's business. All right, they do go for the Geyser here. Into my Solgaleo spot this time. Thankfully does no damage. That's what we like to see. They have the Spirit Break. They're doing me a favor by knocking out Grim. Grim did its job, dude. So now I just go in with my Calyrex and do Calyrex things, is what this means. All right, the late game Calyrex coming in clutch. We do also have Pollen Puff if I wanted to Pollen Puff myself. I'm considering it. I'm definitely considering it. Just like making my Calyrex the beefiest Calyrex in all the land. Since they showed Spirit Break, I think we can assume they don't have Sucker. So I will just go for Astral. I hope that can knock out the Ogre there. I think just in case it doesn't. No, we're still going to Grim here. I think we still go into Grim. Because Grim with Sucker Punch is just going to ruin our lives. Or Foul Play even. Oh my goodness, imagine this has Foul Play. What did it show us? It showed us Reflect. Not Reflect. Light Screen, so you can assume it has Reflect, Spirit Break, and nothing. Is this double attack Grim too? There's a Reflect. Okay, so they do set up Reflect. That's fine. It's kind of... doesn't make too much of a difference. Just ignores one of my stat boosts, not both of them. Regardless, here's an Astral. That is not even close to enough damage on Ogre. What the heck, man? Oh my goodness. Alright, well, let's see if we can knock out the Grim. We can knock out Grim, thankfully. So we got +1 special defense and +1 defense on our Calyrex. Not Calyrex, our Solgaleo. Calyrex does have +1 defense, though. Don't think it'll matter too much for this. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, that's nothing. Our light screen's coming in clutch, too, man. It's the battle of the wet noodle. Which noodle can win? Now, we do have one more turn of Dynamax. And since we're assuming this is AV Ogre, they don't have Protect. That instant is not going to do much to us, I don't think. I think I just Quake the instant and Astral here. Another Astral should be fine. Then we Quake instant. I like the sound of that. We definitely have the speed control so far. Their team in general didn't really have a lot of forms of speed control. It was really only the Thundurus. Let's see what they decide to do, though. To me, I think they're kind of pinned. Astral Barrage now. Will it be enough for the Ogre? Through Light Screen, through Assault Vest, through it all. It is enough to pick up the KO. Good. Now the Instant. The Shucka will be ignored thanks to the Calyrex' existence, which is amazing. So this is just a straight up +2 Quake. Granted, it is behind Reflect, and Instant is a tanky Pokemon. But we're still knocking it out. Nice. Okay. NIHILEGO did absolutely nothing this battle. But we're making things happen with Solgaleo and Calyrex, the true carries. Rain's gonna stop. That's how long the Ogre stayed on the field for. Yikes. I think bringing screens here was like... we needed to do that to win. Absolutely. Oh, speaking of... you know, broken Pokemon. Since we were talking about Instant last turn. We have Zacian. I think we're gonna keep this a little simple. I'm gonna Astral. And I'm gonna Sunsteel Strike. I'm not gonna EQ. EQ would just be, you know, baiting myself into like a Protect EQ play. I'm surprised they didn't Protect just to see if I would EQ myself, but is what it is. Astral Barrage takes it down to half. They can only knock one of us out. I'm pretty sure they're gonna choose the Calyrex since it's faster. Yeah. Calyrex! Soldier. Even with that +1 defense, you're not able to live that. I also didn't set up Reflect on my side. I just settled for the Light Screen. That was enough for me. Followed by the Sunsteel Strike. Will it break through their Reflect is the question. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. Clean victory. It looked very bad from the start. It actually looked absolutely awful from the start, but we somehow managed to come back. Another Swordfish team. Except this one has a Cinderace on it and speed control. So there is a little bit more to worry about this time around. Now, I wonder what this team does against like heavy speed control like this. I don't see a Trick Room anywhere in sight. You see tail. Yeah, there's nothing really. I guess we just deal with it. Some way, somehow, we deal. Now, I'm going to bring Grim. I'm going to bring Solgaleo again. I honestly fell in love with that combination last game, so I'm just going to do it again. Bring the NIHILEGO. Do we bring the Rotom here? Nah. Nah, this is Calyrex again. Calyrex, even though Ogre is tanky, having something faster than Zacian, I feel like is crucial. Specifically for when the Tailwind does run out. Now, I don't really see a need to bring my Rotom here. The issue is, if I'm going against Ogre, I don't want to bring Rotom. I understand Rotom can do well into Zacian, but not really if the Ogre exists, because it eliminates the weakness. But if I'm like against the Zard or against the Groudon, heck yeah, I'm bringing Rotom heat. Heck yeah. And also, we were bringing NIHILEGO because it's a NIHILEGO video. Also, my opponent has taken their sweet time. They did go ahead and decide. Okay, cool. Right at the last second, they were like, oh no, I'm going against Kevin. I gotta think. I gotta see what I'm gonna do. I don't want to be in a YouTube video. Sorry, you're here. Whether you win or lose, you're still here. All right, let's see. What do you got? Taiga. Ogre Grim, followed by Solgaleo Grim. I think setting up screens is more important than... yeah, I think setting up screens and getting some special defense at the same time is more important than getting rid of the Grimmsnarl. Like, accept the fact that they're gonna get screens up and just get your own screens up. That's the way I've learned to play Grimmsnarl versus Grimmsnarl matchups. It's like, okay, instead of trying to prevent their screens, just get yours up too, and it's like it never happened. Then you guys are each playing with the same deficit, so it's fine. I'm also realizing this is actually a lower health. Oh, they didn't die Numax Ogre. So is this just like a straight KO? They're tricking me. Okay, so it's a good thing I didn't weakness policy myself. Gave me a lagging tail. I mean, yeah, you got the water spout off, but at what cost? I'm still gonna max Quake you. That's still damage. Like, I'm not complaining about that damage at all. Fine. Now, if they're scarfed onto that, they're no longer a threat to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up Reflect just in case Azation swaps in here, and I'm just gonna max Steel Spike the Grim. At that amount of health with a light screen up and a +1 in special defense, that Ogre means nothing to me. It's not a Pokemon in the game. They also set up their Reflect. Okay, fair. I get it. Here's my Reflect. We're trading Reflects here, and this is what I mean. This is the Grim v Grim matchup. They switch over to Thunder. Okay, so they're showing Thunder. Interesting. Does that mean that it's AV? Also, that did no damage to Grim, which is kind of hilarious. All right, goodbye, Grim. Cool. We got rid of one of their support mons. They were never able to get light screen up, which is relevant because we do have 2 special attackers in the back. And like I said, this Ogre at this amount of health is nothing to me. I'm prepared to ignore it for the rest of the game. But let's see what they bring in. Zacian. Okay, now keep in mind we're at +1 defense and Reflect, so I think we have to accept the fact that we're going to lose our Grim this turn, and then just Sucker Punch the Ogre, followed by, I want to Quake the Zacian if I get a chance to. Just don't think they would let me. I could try. I can give it a shot. Let me check for floaties. I didn't check the first turn. Like, the only floaty is Thunderous, and if they didn't leave with Thunderous, they didn't bring Thunderous. So I'm gonna Quake that spot. Get some special defense here. I think it'll be useful for later on. They're gonna Dynamax their Ogre here. That's concerning. So they'll actually start doing damage again, is what that means. They just committed their max of the Ogre, though. And if somehow, some way I can get this Ogre's HP low enough where Calyrex can kind of come in and clean, that'll be some pretty good news. But since it does look like an Assault Vested Ogre, I don't know. They never did get light screen up, though. Yeah, Sucker Punch is doing nothing, but that's fine. They go for the B-Blade into the Grim spot. That's fine. They also didn't bring Tailwind control, too. Wow, I'm like super curious why my opponent decided not to bring speed control. Here's a Max Geyser. Unfortunately, I'm going to go last thanks to the lagging tail. I could still take another one of those, but if they decide to double into me next turn, I could be in trouble. I am glad that I raised my special defense here, though. Great damage. Okay, Calyrex can knock that out. Oh, with Reflect up, though? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I've got to try. I've got to make them choose. Do they want to hit my Solgaleo or do they want to hit my Calyrex? They can't hit me both, right? Now, once I Undynamax, I do have Psychic Fangs. If I could somehow make it out of this turn, I could Psychic Fangs my way out of these screens. I honestly think they go for the Calyrex. Like, why would they bother with my Solgaleo? I don't have any boosts. I'm essentially a useless mon, not gonna lie. I'll be honest. Like, Solgaleo, I don't want to call it straight useless, but I'm not doing much right now. I can only hope that maybe my Calyrex can do enough damage here. There's no light scream up. Oh, okay. That's good, because it means nothing's gonna die this turn unless it's my Solgaleo. Which means I just get 2 turns of Astral Barrage after this turn, because... Ooh, I'm gonna need 2 turns. Oh my goodness. That took it way too well. Alright, who do they choose? Yes! Good, 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 good. Because that does not knock us out, and we get the free Psychic Fangs off. Get rid of your screens and get rid of your life. Stab, Psychic Fangs. Goodbye, Ogre. Ha ha ha. Nice. That's really, really good. That is honestly amazing. Unfortunately, the Calyrex didn't get the kill, but it's fine. Calyrex can still outspeed the Zacian, who can't protect next turn. And Cinderace is here. Interesting. I'm going to Astral, as I feel like that's the most obvious play. And I'm going to protect this turn, because I want to have my Solgaleo on the field. Like, I don't want my Solgaleo to die to like a cheap attack here. I want to have my Solgaleo on the field for when my Nihilego's on the field, right? Because if the Nihilego's on the field with Solgaleo, at least it gives my opponent options, and still, you know, instead of their only option being to double into me, right? All right, let's protect here. They have Sucker Punch. It fails. You Sucker Punch the wrong one, Tom. Oh my goodness. They had the chance to win that with the Sucker Punch. They had the chance to win with Sucker Punch. That is honestly wild. Another battle where Nihilego won't even see the field, though. Listen, I'm trying. I'm bringing it to every battle. It's not my fault. I guess we have no reason not to double. So I'm just going to double. Battle was canceled, as it should be. They can only pick one of us. They can't knock out both of us, so... Regardless of who they decided, you know, one of them was going to knock out that Cinderace at that health. Wow. All right, we're seeing a little bit of a different team here. I see a Torkoal with a Whimsicott Tailwind. And an Entei. And the Giratina altered form. Interesting. Well, I also do see a lot of things weak to Nihilego, thankfully. So that's pretty cool. This is definitely looking like a Rotom game as well. It just resists their whole team. Literally their whole team. Wow. Okay, yeah, Rotom. That made my decision really easy, huh? I think Rotom Nihilego, we let them decide who they want to hit. And then the rest of the game is just the rest of the game. We'll bring Solgaleo, we'll bring Calyrex. We'll try not to Dynamax these first initial two. Just in case we want to Dynamax the back two. I mean, I'd rather have a Solgaleo Dynamax than anything else. Because I feel like Solgaleo undynamax is kind of garbage. I'm just saying. Which is like the inherent problem that most Solgaleo teams have. Is that you can just assume that the Solgaleo is going to Dynamax. Because it's garbage otherwise. They lead with the Whim and the Zash. I mean, okay. I think that's not too bad. It's not the end of the world. I can light like the thing with this lead is I can spook the Zacian, right? I could be like, hey, look at me. I do really want to Dynamax this Rotom like right now. Man, screw it. Yeah, screw it. Just screw it. Just go for it, right? They went for it with their lead. I'm going to go for it with mine. Dynamaxing my Rotom. You better be afraid, my friend Zacian. There's not a single move in Zacian's arsenal that can scare my Rotom heat. AV Rotom heat is honestly, it just sounds disgustingly tanky. All right, let's protect here since the Behemoth Blade is kind of obvious. See what they go for. Tailwind. Wow. Tailwind Whim. I can't stop it, so just let him have it. CC! You guys want to see a Zacian disappear? Because I'm going to show it to you. Bam! Goodbye. Okay. Different. Very different. Very strange, but very different. Now, they do have Tailwind up, so it's not like I'm out of the woods yet. And I did just burn my Dynamax on my Rotom. The reason why I inevitably pulled the trigger is because I started thinking, like, they have double fire types. Is my Solgaleo really the win condition? And I thought not. Rotom could be. Rotom just deleted a Zacian off the field, so... Dynamax effectiveness check. Okay, here's their Dynamax mod. The only thing I could really do against Giratina is ignore it until the end of the game. So that's exactly what I will do. I'm instead going to go for just a straight up Flare onto that side of the field. And Meteor Beam onto this side of the field. There's the Dynamax. Like, I can't attack this Giratina until it's the last Pokemon and until its Dynamax is over. Because once its Dynamax is over, I bring in my cute little horsey and click one move for the rest of the game. I click the win button. Alright, big spooky Giratina, but I have to be a little bit cautious about Giratina because it has super effective stab against my whole side of the field. Oh, that sucks. They took my power herb away. That's not great news. Oh my goodness. Okay, they're physical Giratina for sure because the Assault Vest would not have let me take that much damage. Good news is the Whim also dies here. So I took 2 with my Dynamax. So I will take that. It's pretty decent. Now, unfortunately, I'm forced to do nothing next turn with the NIHILEGO. It is what it is, I guess. Like, I can't really stop myself now. That was a very good switcheroo by my opponent. Iron Ball Whim is different. It's not something you see every day. It's a little bit more reliable than an eject button. Hello, Lecky. That's a Pokemon I'm not outspeeding. Yeah, I guess here I just... Oh, I made a mistake. I don't think I'm going to make it out of this turn anyway with the Rotom. I accidentally flared the Giratina. But like I said, Rotom's not making it out of this turn. If Rotom makes it out of this turn, I'll be surprised. Wow. Never mind. I'm surprised. NIHILEGO is not going to live that because it's physical. So you're telling me I could have knocked out a Lecky is what? Oh, no, great, great. My misplay is actually a misplay. I didn't actually think it would matter. Well, here's a flare into a Giratina. It's fine, I guess. My poor NIHILEGO did not get to do a single thing in this whole episode, huh? I'm gonna go into Solgaleo because it's the least important Pokemon, or it's the lesser important Pokemon. And I'm just gonna protect. If they give me weakness policy, they give me weakness policy. I don't think they will, but they could. I just want to make sure that I get out my Solgaleo on the field at the same time as my Calyrex. So I want to make sure that my Sash is going to be intact for when I have to Astral Barrage this Giratina. Which I should also outspeed with Solgaleo, I think. Considering how low the Solgaleo's HP is, I'm assuming it has some special speed investment. Okay, E-Web shouldn't matter because full metal body anyway. And Rotom avoids! Are we making it another turn with Rotom? Yes, we are. We're making it another turn with Rotom. And they just gave me weakness P. Cool. This Rotom, unkillable. That's honestly really good because I'm just putting myself in a more favorable HP when I'm going against this Giratina. Okay, cool. And their Tailwind peters out too, so speed is definitely on our side now. I'm gonna see if I can depulse it again. And I guess EQ is my best option. So let's just click it. They go for the Shadow Sneak. That shouldn't knock me out, I don't think. It gets really darn close. Oh, come on. Is that gonna cost me the game? Dodge it. No one dodges. I could lose. Oh, I lost. I lose to Shadow Sneak plus E-Web. Dang, man. I lose to Shadow Sneak plus E-Web. Oh, come on. GG. I mean, I think I lost this. I don't think my... Honestly, yeah, maybe when I clicked the wrong Pokemon, I maybe could have flared into the Alecki and knocked it out. Rest in peace, Pokemon. Well, I only really have one play to make. And hope they miss an E-Web. That's my only shot. There's a Sneak. They can't miss that. Break me down to my Sash. Miss the E-Web, baby. Miss it. I'm assuming they're locked onto it. No, they have Volt Switch. GG. Oh, I lost the Giratina. Listen, you can't win them all, I guess. And we had two very good battles. But dang, I really wish NIHILEGO could have done something more. I mean, I guess it's just it just solidifies my opinion to not bring it to the regionals. Yeah. Well, let's get you guys that rental code. And here you have the rental code for the NIHILEGO team. Now, thank you so much, Zach, for making this team public. I do greatly appreciate it. And congratulations on your top 8 finish in Vancouver Regionals. I gotta say, though, if you watch this, can you let me know how well NIHILEGO did in your tournament run? Because for the 3 battles that I had here on the channel today, it didn't really seem to do much. But it is a great Pokemon. It's interesting. It definitely does better in a meta where it doesn't have restricted mons to constantly smack it in the face, and in a meta where Zacian doesn't exist. But overall, I don't know, I just never had the opportunity to do anything with it. Maybe it's just because people kind of know what it does and they're able to counter it really easily and they know to focus it down. But I don't know. Regardless, I am a big fan of Rotom Assault Vest. I might steal that, not gonna lie. And of course, we already know that Solgaleo and Calyrex is a great combination. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Hit the like button down below and subscribe to Pokesports if you haven't done so already. I'm Kevin, Pokesports. Thank you for watching. Have a great night. Peace out. Bye-bye.